Yo, everyday superpower where we taught non-verbal communication, how to read people, yes, how to communicate efficiently and effectively with people, yes, games, so we talk attraction and repulsion, we talk relationships, and what we're going to talk about today is going to be good, okay? So two links down in the description of this video. One of them is going to link to my playlist, which is the catalog of body language. You're going to be able to access all of the information you need to read someone subconsciously through that. Alternatively, well, I say read somebody subconsciously once you internalize it, but you will read other people's subconscious behaviors, or should I say, how other people genuinely think and the signals they are subconsciously letting out. Pretty long winded, eh? Maybe I should have a little script for this introduction, eh? Maybe. Second, we've got a link to the Patreon as to where you will join me in watching, yes, and analyzing correctly real date footage, okay? So I'll show you the attraction and repulsion cues. You'll never forget it for the rest of your life, I assure you that. Now, moving on. We're talking about attraction. We're talking about picking women up. We're talking about seducing women, yeah? Primitively speaking, evolutionarily hardwired speaking, the woman is going to be attracted to the leader, okay? Don't matter who he is, what his, you know, character is like. It does not matter about this, that, and the third. To be honest with you, it doesn't even matter if he has the most money or the most possessions or can do the job better, in all honesty. We're talking about the leader of men. Mystery. The pickup artist, okay, talks on the leader of men, and he speaks on how the woman is biologically attracted to the leader of men. Now let's place this into some easily understandable concepts. The frontman of a band, right? The comedian performing at the headline position at an event. Your boss. Their boss. The person who owns that company and funds that company. Have you seen how the higher up the hierarchy we go as far as men are concerned, the more the man is going to be able to provide and have to offer? Now, as I said, that's not the be all and end all. That does come with it as the men continue leading, okay, each other, there does come a surplus of value. So where the next man might have some degree of detraction, financially speaking, overall, that leadership will come from a position of confidence, subconscious confidence, above and beyond the next man. Because a woman is going to sniff out if it's been put on, right? A woman is biologically engineered to sniff out nonsense from men, dishonest behavior. Okay, it's a survival mechanism. They can read you without reading the books. It's inbuilt with them. So when you start telling porkies and there's a non-congruence between your verbal and non-verbal behavior, a woman is going to be able to pick that up. Okay? It's her feminine intuition, right? That's what we call it. It's her gut feeling. It's a survival mechanism. So, the leader of men. How do I become a leader of men? Well, the harsh reality is, if you're a person like me who's introverted, yeah, a lone wolf, so to speak, it's a little harder than if you were to be an extrovert, okay? What comes with being the leader of men comes envy, okay, of your fellow man. What comes with being a leader of man is stepping on the toes of others and wearing the crown as to which most say is heavy. Heavy weighs the... What is it? Is that what they say? Heavy is the crown, alright? And it makes complete sense, yeah? There's more pressure being the person at the top as opposed to the second in command who can garner the power. I mean, he can't take the women to such degree, but he can live life without the constant downwards pressure. Yeah? But then again, who's to say he's not envious of the first in command? He's never going to be number one. Yeah? Why wouldn't a woman want number one? Yeah? Because by default, her being in relation with you as number one will raise her value above and beyond. Okay? A man has to get himself to work and develop. A man has to create success. A woman just needs to go out with a man who's already done that. And she can just bypass all the nonsense. That's life. That's life. Yeah? As a man continues to climb and continues to lead, he garners more attention and attraction from the never ending and expanding markets of women that are around him on planet Earth. So for you to be the one woman, if not the 10th woman, if not the 20th woman within the harem that exists um, alongside this man, that creates value for you because you've been chosen out of everyone. Because everybody wants to be with the leader of men. Okay? When you lead the men, the women follow. Yeah? So if you look at men as the dominant and women as the submissive, okay? Generally speaking, biologically factual, yeah? You'll find yourself atop of the pile. Yeah? The tip of the iceberg, the all-seeing eye. Yeah? Women are going to love that. Now, how do I lead men? Well, it comes from within if you don't want it to be artificial. Yeah? There's so many different factors, such as your upbringing, such as your life experience, right? But if you are to create confidence through competence, yeah? Competence because you have got on your grind, so to speak, you've pursued your purpose, and you have developed a technique and understanding and the sense of knowing of what you are capable of, more so than the next man, you may put yourself in that leader of man position. Okay? Mogging, yeah? Oh, I've been mogged. I've been mogged. Yeah, but have you been mogged in what field, my friend? You see, you have to look at things through the feminine gaze because men may project themselves onto a situation or a person. When the reality of the matter is, it does not matter to a woman. So, well, as far as leader of men is concerned, that man's got bigger muscles than me. Well, what does that matter in the grand scheme of things? You have to add up all of what is and what is being showcased at once. To have big muscles isn't to compare to the man who is self assured, successful, intelligent, above and beyond the next man who spent more time in the gym. You see where I'm coming from? But there's so many factors and variables, and you can place the magnifying glass on whatever you want at any particular moment. That's the complexity and the beauty of this communication game. Everything is so minute and direct and indirect and large scale and short scale and biological and psychological that you have to see it in real time whilst laying the seeds for the future. And the next person isn't doing that, but you are. So, as well as you being the comfortable and confident man, or at least heading towards that position because you are becoming competent at what you are in comparison to the next man, you in conversation, in group conversation with the woman when she is deciding who is for her, you will be laying down the seeds as to what the future is going to hold for you. And that's an incredible, bright, beautiful future, right? Because you're not slowing down. The leader of men, what is the woman attracted to? She's attracted to the man who has got somewhere. And she's attracted to the man who's at the forefront. And in a way, quite potentially, she's interested in the man who has the attention. Because attention is a currency in itself. Normally, you would say attention is the currency within the feminine realm. But in this day and age, whilst everything is online, attention is just as important to both parties involved. It's very artificial, right? But it is significant in the game of attraction. So are you the leader of men? And if you're not the leader of men, is there any sort of means that you will be able to compete within that realm? Me, as an introvert, I found it incredibly hard. But as somebody who's slowly starting to find comfort in conflict more so than ever before, I I'm starting to naturally find myself in that position, and if not, argue myself into that position. Not through direct argumentation, but not being talked out of my name. I'm getting older. I'm not the child I once was, so I find stability in my feet, and through my stability, I find independence. And through independence, I can lead because I can lead myself. I don't need to follow, and I don't need to submit to the degree of selling my soul to anyone because I always have a step ahead. I'm always prepared for the worst. A lot of people aren't willing to do so. That's my ramble on the topic at hand. Can you find a means of being a leader of man? Do you perceive it? Or do you feel like you're being trodden on? Do you feel like people walk all over you? Do you feel that you're not looked at as a leader whatsoever? And that's completely fine. That'll be the case a lot of the time, especially if you are wanting to succeed, because to succeed wherever you want to succeed, you have to consistently be around those better than you to influence you, to drive you forward, for you to learn on. And in those particular situations, through a myriad of different means, you won't be the leader of men at that particular moment in time, and that's completely fine. Do you advertise that and promote that and put that out to the public, put that out to the women, or do you just keep that behind closed doors as you maneuver and utilize that element of the communication and learning process and progression of your journey? Do you keep it out of the way? You see where this can be philosophized and approached dynamically in such a fantastic, complex fashion. Something to think about. I'm signing out.